Anthem. You know it, you love it. It's your favorite game ever made. No? Okay, well. Anthem's being shut down on the 12th. And it seemed like it was maybe a good time to maybe get some Anthem in here. It's, you know, like I said on the podcast, there are people who genuinely really liked Anthem. And, you know, I think it's sort of the thing that happens these days is that people form a community around a game real early on and don't always realize that a game maybe has not earned the right to have a community. It's always like a little strange to me sometimes that these games that kind of come and go and these games that are, you know, not amazing video games still get people that latch on to them. And I think it's one of those things that, you know, friends convince each other to buy a game and then they get into it and they just kind of keep playing it and just, you know, whatever happens and there you go. But we've known that Anthem is going to be shut down for about half a year now or something, right? Like something like 6 months. So not a huge surprise that next week is the final week, obviously, but you know, kind of before they come in and shut the whole thing down, I figured I'd fire up the PlayStation version here and give it a look. Let's see. Hello. And hello. I still don't like the lighting on this shot, which is to say I have not done anything at all about it. I don't like it, but also I don't want to put more lights in here. That's for sure. So this is maybe a little bit better than the other shot, which is, you know, like that kind of sideways kind of thing going on. So I don't know. Maybe this is fine, but video games. What do we got here on this PlayStation 5 Pro? Of course, Anthem is installed. I've had Anthem installed on this thing for a lot longer than anyone should. Apparently, I've played 15 hours of Anthem on a PlayStation, which I don't think I've finished the. I don't think I've finished the campaign here on PlayStation. I doubt that I will. But here we are nonetheless. That little guitar strum on that BioWare logo reminds me a lot of the Gearbox guitar strum. There's a tremendous amount of very inconsequential lore in this game. Like, look at this. You know, like even that paragraph there, like someone had to sit down and write it and go, this is, well, the East Gate around, you know. Like there's a world Bible. Celebrate 1 year of Anthem. It's time to celebrate a full year of adventure, combat, and exploration in the beautiful but dangerous world of Anthem. Log into Anthem between February 25th and March 24th, 2020. Damn it! It's probably pretty telling that one of the big news messages here is something for the 1 year anniversary. Oof. I wonder if this is a game that would benefit from, like, I've never really messed with the PS5 Pros, like always on, like, hey, what do you want to... Where is that? Is that under screen and video, or... Yeah, enhanced image quality for PS4 games. What if we applied VRR to unsupported games? I guess I'm not really seeing any tearing per se, so maybe it doesn't matter, but
Faye, how's it going?
Thank goodness you're here. I've been arguing with an Anthem cipher for what seems like all of time.
Is there some kind of trouble in the capital?
Not unless a rash of bad taste counts. They think the Crimson Lancer is a better series than Dawn Guard.
Radio shows? Those fights must be brutal.
Honor is at stake.
So you're a Dawn Guard fan?
It's objectively better. Crimson Lancer is a lot of Mylan's propaganda. Don't tell Halleck I said that.
Player choice is important.
Even on pain of death.
Thanks. You wouldn't believe how emotional he gets over that show. When they killed off his favorite character, he moped about it for weeks.
Hey, don't give away anything. I'm not current on either one.
Really? You should catch up. On Dawn Guard, at least. I have all the tapes sent from Anthem. Every episode that's been broadcast for the last 7 years. You can skip the first season. The Curse of Stonetide episode in season 2 is
I don't want to be in this conversation anymore.
Nobody can spend every second of every day working.
Sure. Nothing.
I got some Sentinel loyalty for saying I like to sleep.
Nobody counts that. And you've succeeded in making me sad. You know that's not healthy, right? Everybody needs a break now and then.
Yeah. Maybe once the Dominion are out of the picture, I'll learn an instrument or something.
Right. Just getting sadder. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. All anyone in the fort wants to talk about is the final Kister. I haven't had a decent conversation with anyone else all day.
What's my reputation? Freelancer loyalty 3. Uncommon universal component blueprints and standard wear state. Rare, okay, so at 3 we get epic universal component blueprints and new wear state. Those are cosmetics. I think wear state is like, do you want a scuffed robot or a good robot? Or a clean robot or whatever.
You did well in that Shaper ruin. Arcanist Elson and his people send their thanks.
Just wish we could have gotten there sooner. Prevented all this.
The real problem is, we can't have people getting attacked because they posted a contract.
Diggs has been one step ahead of us this whole time.
The stolen links, my freelancer friend. That's how he knows so much.
Right. From the gravesites.
Yes, but right now, we need to find the Shaper fragments Arcanist Elson said were left behind.
Meaning Diggs has his hands on some very dangerous things.
Let me see if any of Elson's people heard something that might help us.
Okay. Keep me posted.
Also, all this has people doubting us. Get out there and show them what real freelancers do.
I will.
What do real freelancers do? Can you, No? Okay, well.
Ah, good. Ready for contracts. Diggs will be looking for opportunities. We work now to make sure he does not.
Oh, this is not 3 missions. This is just, this is the mission.
Fragments.
And then there's whatever this is. Disrupt their influence by completing contracts so they can exploit for profit. Okay. Oh, I see. And is that now... No, okay, that's the... We've accepted that, and I think now that's our mission, and we can go out there and do contracts. The thing, so that thing in the corner there where it says hold to start expedition, I believe that was not there when the game first launched. You had to go and walk all the way out to your robot and get in your robot and start the mission. They have since, they did patch in, like, okay, stop. Because this whole, like, area... if we were looking at it in Destiny lingo, you would think it would be like a social area, but it is not. It is just you. They did also eventually add a social area. Is this? No, this is like a shop or something. Or this is your vault of stored items, which I'm sure are great. They added a social area after the fact also. And I don't know that there's a way to get into it. There it has to be. There's a way to get into it from here, but yeah, this is probably it. And it's just a big fucking empty room. Like there's nothing, like, you know, there'll probably be some players in here because we're on the final week. And so, you know, there'll probably be some players that have, you know, that are connected to the game or whatever. But we'll see. I think by the time they had patched this into the game, I was already done with it. Because you kind of finish the story and there's not that much more to do. They eventually added like what is kind of a raid style or like a big kind of end game-ish sort of thing. And so here we are. Yeah, this is the social area. There's another person. There's another person. Look at all these players in here. Experiencing the anthem of creation. And I think they put a few vendors. Yeah, I think they put kind of this like copies of the standard vendors in here so that you didn't have to go into the big first-person slow-moving area. An epic permafrost wrap. Only 850 premium things. Carbon fiber. That's the vault again. So here's your... Okay, so you got a contract board here again. No contracts available. Great. Oh man, did my alliance disband? Your dailies, your weeklies, your monthlies. But I think, you know, a lot of the problem with this game is like nothing you got your hands on was worth it. So this is, I think, where we can, yeah, we can go and we can modify our dude. Primary hard. Yeah, I think I just made my dude look like metal. You can go and kind of choose bare metal, and you know, so they would have you have the colors of your dude and then also the material. So if you want like a hardened plastic look or whatever, you could do all of that. That guy's name was Anthem Guru. We'll do tracked mission. Complete contracts and foil Diggs and his gang. Oh, right. Okay, we pick that and then we hit square to launch. Got it. It's been in quite some time since I've played this, so I'm sure I will be just perfect at the combat. Synergizing my abilities. What you have your two guns, and then it's like it's almost like Mass Effect style abilities. You've got like a couple of things you can pop off, if I remember right. And then if you do one and then the other, like they will synergize a little bit, and you'll do some extra damage, or like you put a bubble on them and then you shot the bubble and the bubble caught on fire and did extra damage, like that kind of thing. Is there a way to launch solo? No. Maybe if I set... Will that then just launch it? Anthem is best experienced with a squad. I feel like I very rarely got matched into these things with other human players, even when the game was brand new. I don't remember playing a lot of this game alongside other players. Does it have crossplay? That's a good question. I'm going to say probably not, but I don't actually know. 2019. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Nope. Triangle is not the fly button. L3 is.
Got it. On my way.
So this is, if you're not aware, like this is kind of an open world here. But the game, I don't remember the game really being too big on giving you opportunities to just explore it. You could kind of go out and do these contracts or these more kind of almost side mission-y type things, and so there would be times when you could just go out here and run around. But I don't remember there being really anything of value to do in those situations.
I see. The Arcanists are trying to crack open that Shaper door. Buy them time against those outlaws.
Understood.
This door? Okay. So you're cool. Eliminate outlaw threat. Am I out here with you eliminating the outlaw threat? Is the outlaw threat back over here? Did they get the door open? There's a door icon now. Nope. Ah, I see guns being fired by NPCs. The outlaw threat. It's here. It's an item. You can't open items or do anything with those until after you finish the mission. And so you don't really pick up guns that you can then just equip mid-mission. You got to go back and it's like, okay, come back here and now you're rolling the dice. Well, did you get good items or not good items?
They lost power. Get those generators running again.
Got it.
So I've got, in addition to the gun that you can shoot, I've got this R1 ability that I can charge up and give him one of those. If I remember right, the process was like you... So even the melee has a cooldown, which I always found like to be just not that fun. I'd rather have like the melee do less damage, but you can just pop it all the time. Because there are a lot of sequences where you're just like up close with other fucking players or other enemies, and you just want to back them off. Is that a thing I can shoot? Doesn't look like it. There's another generator to turn on. Wait, where's the... Okay. Hang on. I'll go over here. Technology. Holding down the square. All right. Now we've turned that back on, so we need to go over here. And we also have this grenade. So if I remember right, the process or the synergized thing was burn them with the grenade and then hit them with the little this charge thing. Or maybe not. Maybe the charge thing puts a status effect on them. Except it kills most of these guys outright. So I don't know. But I do remember there being situations where those abilities would synergize a bit, and so you would have reasons to use them in specific orders. You know, Mass Effect style. Like it was kind of one of the things about it. You go like, oh yeah, like a Mass Effect would be doing. Sure. But the other thing I remember about this game, especially against all of these normal enemies and not the kind of major enemies, but even most of the major enemies, is that the most effective tactic was like that old, like, equip an assault rifle and just fucking shoot these guys. Just feather the trigger to keep your accuracy up and nothing will ever fucking hurt you. You know, like it was a game that a lot of the combat was just kind of pointless, you know, because the most effective tactic was doing that, you know? And that ended up being just a little too effective compared to some of the other stuff. And you get overwhelmed, or you play in harder difficulty, you know, like different things are going to happen, I suppose. But I remember being able to play through a great deal of the game not really giving a fuck about most of the systems they had put in place, which, you know, I feel like not always, but sometimes that is an indicator that these systems are not well balanced, you know? Like you put all this work into making this thing, like do this, then this, then this, and then this cool thing happens, and you overcharge this, and but if most of the time you don't need to engage with that system at all, like why is it there? Like your game has to be real cool. It has to be something where it's like, oh well, yeah, maybe it's not the most effective, but it sure looks rad. Like there has to be some kind of benefit to the player to make these systems worth using. And from what I remember, that was a kind of another issue this game had, is like this stuff just, you know, like a lot of the things they had come up with weren't worth really engaging with. How do I change weapons again? It's hold down the reload button. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. The single shot seems... Is this going to poison me for standing in it? No? Okay. And so in a game where you've got a fly-in suit, I think maybe that's sort of, you know, like your ability, your options while flying to like do cool shit in the air is actually relatively limited too, because it's like, oh, if I post up here, then I can fly and shoot. And with some of the different classes, it was like, oh, I can hover above you and cast spells from above or whatever. But like, that's not... You want to fly up and punch a guy and do, you know, do cool flight shit. And I don't remember there being any cool flight shit in this game either. So, you know, it's a game with, you know, it's a game that had a ton of issues. Like, there's no mystery here. You know, you're not like, man, what happened with Anthem? Why are the servers being shut down? Well, how come it didn't catch on? Like, you know, the game is right there. And as someone who played it, it's evident. Like, it was very easy to think, especially when you think about this game in like 2019, you know, Destiny was still thought of in a relatively positive manner. And a lot of that other stuff, you know, the landscape was a little different for this idea of a live service game. And it's a shame because I think that like there's stuff about the design of the robot suits and stuff that is like kind of good, but
On my way.
structurally, and them putting a heat meter on flight so that you can't just fly, and trying to do a thing where, like, you know, oh, there are waterfalls and things, and so if you fly through the waterfall, then it'll cool you down, and this, and I want to say that's something else they changed post-release, is like the heat meter used to fill a little bit faster, and so your ability to fly was even reduced here. You see, my meter is not filling up anymore, or it is filling much slower. I want it like now that it's closer to the top, but it will still pop out and overheat here in a sec.
I'll see what can be done.
But as soon as I shoot, it just goes into like a Dragon Ball style standing in the air type of position, right? And as opposed to like, let me fly like Superman and also shoot a gun or shoot my arm beam or whatever. I'll pop this shield here. We'll push up on the D-pad and shoot all these missiles. I don't even think we needed to do that. That guy's not that scary, but I haven't played the game in a pretty long time, so it's not like I'm good at it.
Use the explosives to destroy the scar munitions. Finish the contract of our fallen friend.
Understood.
Like, that might have been a cool moment there if I was able to like follow up and do like a little 2-hit combo with my shock stick and do like multiple, but no, you get in and do one and then your melee's on cooldown, and so you're like, oh, I've just rushed into this cluster of enemies and now what? Yeah, trophies, baby. That's why we're here. Get them while you can. Okay, so the radar up top is pointing us in a direction of... Oh, do I have to... Okay. So I've got to get explosives and then place them in this area, and I seem to have set myself on fire. So that's a case where, you know, my little melee thing kind of pushed his shield aside so that I could get some damage in. I should be like at least aware of where my health meter is and know if I'm getting hurt or not. I have no idea. Let's switch to the other weapon. No, that's right. Hold down square. Okay, no shield. That's a good indicator. Probably. Okay, we killed that guy. There's that guy down. Now, do I need to... Oh, I need to stand here while the shields are armed. I see.
one.
That's one. There are three. All right, let's make sure we're all healthed up here before we go and do the next one. Run back over to wherever these explosives are. Good, good. We missed. Okay, terrific. Let's place that here, and then I guess we got to stand here.
Almost done.
We'll go get the last explosive here. So this feels like a mission in the game concocted out of like kind of side mission stuff. Like, oh, now go over here and do this. We've got to complete these contracts. Like it's like they wrote a bit in the story for them to have like a bunch of kind of whatever ass short missions, all in the context of one, you know, kind of activity or whatever. Where am I going with this? Over here. All right. Hang on. Let me put this thing down. We are running low on bullets. Let's just here. Have some of this. Let's run over here and get some bullets. Armor critical. That's bad. So there was some health over here.
That's done. Good work. You wiped out their munitions. Now, clear out these pests once and for all.
You got it.
But you know, the kind of the flying combat stuff never felt great. And you know, there are multiple character classes, so this is like the, you know, there is a different suit that is kind of a little bit more, at least conceptually, designed to be the one you use when you want to fly a bunch and do stuff. But I you know, in trying in trying them, I don't know that I ever ended up in a scenario where it felt like that stuff was actually good. Hamburger here says Anthem is weird because there were and are free-to-play games that are just straight up better than it in a variety of ways. Yeah, you know.
Okay, more for you to do today. Always more to do.
Where does this put me?
Reports of a missing freelancer. See what you can find.
Got it. On my way.
I guess it just moves me on to the next objective in this. Oh no,
Just
this
find
is.
that freelancer.
I'll take care of it.
Am I doing this whole thing again with the explosives and whatnot? Because these...
We're too late. Gather the link.
Yep.
Use these
But yeah, this was definitely a game where they thought they were going to sell, you know, that they were going to monetize and sell a bunch of cosmetics and stuff, because there's a store full of, you know, color schemes and you know, emotes and all this other stuff that, like, who cares, you know? All right, let's try this again.
That's one.
A lot of fucking guys. All right, let's change to the other gun here too, because... Oh, wait, yeah, no, that's what we want.
Keep at it.
Okay, we need to pick up our third explosive, and this fucking asshole. Ah. Gotta go through the full reload animation again there. It's right here. Okay, we got it. Let's go over here. We'll plant. Oh, that gun is out of bullets.
Let's call that finished. Stockpile destroyed. Now finish them off.
Okay.
I keep looking on the screen for like a radar that's like, where are the dudes? Like, which direction are the dudes in?
Yeah, it's okay. I got more work for you since you're
And
already
it's
out.
still not here.
Got a distress signal from a freelancer. Let's lend them a hand.
I'll get over there.
Good timing. Definitely need some help.
Always a lot of trouble out here, even for freelancers.
Okay.
Okay, it's really great dialogue. Really deep stuff. Yeah, it's I feel like these options are not great. You know, to kind of reassess it a little bit after not having played it in a very long time. Like, I just, the abilities are not super entertaining. And the game doesn't. I think at the time, I remember there were some people that would try to say, like, well, if you're standing there just shooting people, you're playing it wrong because you need to be doing this and this and then fly here and do this. And it's like, yeah, you can, but that's both not necessary and not nearly as cool as it needs to be. Like I was saying earlier, like a lot of the options you have at your disposal for flight and combat while in flight are not great. They're just not fun. It's not. They did not make the thing good. They did not make the premise, the core concept of, you're in this robot suit that can fly. Like they did not capitalize on that in enough of the design to really make this thing worth engaging with in that way. So yeah, you just end up in a lot of these monotonous scenarios of just like, okay, go here. There's like 8 to 30 dudes that just need to be shot in the face. I hope you get some good drops. Anyway. That guy apparently is broken, right? So you see, it is you were hearing a ping, and it is saying combo because I am doing fire, and then I'm doing my L1, then my R1, and the game likes it when you do that. It's like, yeah, man, that's what we made this for.
What is this thing made of?
Ugh. Get away from that. Oh, I accidentally hit my L1 and R1 at the same time. Here, have some of that, I guess. I don't know.
This is one hell of a fight.
Is it? Oh, see there, I hit R1 and then L1, and that's, who cares about that? You'd have to be a real idiot to do that, a real bonehead. A lot of zeros popping off that guy. There are some spots on it that do damage, but...
It's not going down easy.
Oh, hang on, I gotta reload this gun. Heal my scars.
I think you are the last one standing. That is all I have for you right now. Be proud of what you have done.
I am proud of what I've done. We did it. We shot all those dudes. Yeah, so the Storm is the robot suit that is kind of the spellcaster equivalent, if I remember right. And that's sort of like, oh, you can hover more and kind of cast spells down. But the hovering, like I said, it is that kind of standing in the air Dragon Ball thing that I don't think is super fun with any of the suits in this game. And so even their attempts to be like, oh, this one is going to be the more nimble flyer or this and that, like that doesn't translate. I don't think that it just doesn't happen, you know, and they really just ended up squandering the benefits that they had with their, you know, like there is sort of there's a premise here, right? Of like, I'm a flying robot suit. Look at all the cool shit I can do, you know, the Iron Man comparisons or whatever. But it just, the game they made doesn't feel like it's built in a way that takes advantage of any of that, you know? And having to then constantly worry about your heat meter and, oh, I overheated and now I can't hover anymore. And, you know, in the middle of a battle is just like, man, fuck this. It's like, oh, I air dodged twice and now my meter is full and I can't do, you know, and you're just kind of like, you're left just, you know, it's very easy to be disenfranchised with the thing they made. And, you know, here's a situation where, like, I can take these items or break them down into materials right now, but since I don't have a good indicator of what I have equipped, you're just like, well, I don't know, I guess I'll keep it all and then have to go look at a menu somewhere else. We'll go back to the launch bay, the social space. Which actually, I guess we can't do that because we probably need to go pick up a new mission from the other area, right? I'm going to run to the restroom real quick and then I'll come back and we will continue to play Anthem. Okay. Well, we're level 18 now. So if we go here, we can look at the... So support gear is that shield. The one I have equipped is better than the one that we got, so we'll turn that into materials that we're gonna. I'll use it. You know, I do my material stuff every couple weeks, so you know that'll be something. Couple weeks, I'll get to that. We got some components. Oh, we unlocked a new component slot. So these are things that'll give you just some little bonuses and increases melee damage by 30% of base and electric effect of 30% of base. 20% thruster life. So, you know, you want to boost a little more, you can burn all your slots on it. I guess maybe the thing to do is just to look in the upper right corner here and what makes the number go up the most, right? Increases grenade recharge rate by 30% of base speed, plus 20% pickup radius on top of that. There was a problem when this game first launched where it was like, it was giving you items that could never synergize. It was like machine gun parts with like bonuses for pistols and just like weird stuff like that, if I remember right. We'll take this power 22. Max heat capacity. And that's a picture of fire. So do we have any other pictures of fire that are higher level? We do. So we can just, that's just a straight upgrade. Level 22 increased weapon damage. That's what is that? That's a picture of 2 arrows going up. We got a level 24 one of those. So we'll equip that. A picture of a gun. Enhances the assault launcher to increase damage by 15% of base damage. Plus 21% acid effect. I mean, I could equip anything here, but, you know, there is sort of a, like, I probably built it this way for a reason years ago, and so maybe I should keep it that way, right? Or I could go with this level 24. I think that's what it's telling me, is that there's a higher level thing. Increases javelin shields by a large amount. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Assault launcher. So this is my, I guess probably my R1 attack, huh? Oh, we have like a legendary high level assault thing here. Fist of the Mountain. I think this was like the, hey, you bought the expensive version of the game and we're going to give you better items. Hitting an enemy has a 100% chance to detonate a large force explosion. Does more damage. What is that? Like to shields or something? All right. Let's equip that. That seems like something. Okay, we've got a worse shock mace, so we don't need that. Anvil, marksman rifle. Well, we also have this level 46. Now I'm a rare ranger. What is this? This is an assault rifle, level 23. Let's look at our level 24 stuff. Machine pistol and heavy pistol. I think with this thing, we're probably okay. We need to go experience the story of Anthem. So that social area ends up being a place for you to rerun the you know, whatever the kind of end game sort of stuff is. But I do think that like you probably still have to go here and pick up and go through the conversation and bullshit. And sometimes you'll pick up side stuff, like here's what is it like?
Esmeralda? Still people watching?
There you are. I was starting to think you'd miss lunch.
I didn't know we had plans.
All that time in Freemark, you haven't had a home-cooked meal in years. The Serana I knew never turned down grilled gazik.
Serana?
The name I gave you the day I brought you into this world. No wonder I never heard from you. The Anthem must have set a few screws loose.
Honestly, I'm a little worried about you, ma'am. Are you feeling okay?
Of course I am. And Ma'am? What happened to Mum?
Well, it's just that...
It wasn't easy, Serana. Everyone told me you were dead, but deep down, I knew if you loved someone enough, the Anthem of creation would make it right. Somehow it would bring my daughter back to me.
I think the end of this, like this does become a side quest where you find out that her daughter died somewhere, and then you have to decide, oh yeah, maybe this is it right here. where you have to decide if you're just going to lie to her and be like, yeah, okay, sure.
I'm sorry you went through all that, Mom. But I'm here now. It's good to be back.
It's okay. Now, don't be mad, but there's no grilled gazik. I went vegetarian years ago. See what you miss when you're gone?
Sorry.
Seems like yesterday you were playing with your javelin toys, dreaming of being a freelancer. Now look at you. Strong, beautiful, all grown up and following your dream.
I'm still a little foggy. Remind me when we last saw each other?
It was, you wanted to be a freelancer. It seemed dangerous to me, but your father said you could do anything.
Where is Dad?
I guess you wouldn't know. When you didn't come back, it broke his heart. He died.
Oh, so my fault then.
Yes,
Okay, yeah,
I
great.
still have his ashes. I thought we might spread them together.
It might help you grieve. Let go of the past.
The past is all I've had. The only people I ever loved are there. But you're back now. I want to hear all about your adventures. But this excitement has worn me out. We'll talk later. When you're not too busy?
Of course. See you later.
Yeah, so it's like,
Come on, your first solo long haul.
you know, side conversations like that, and then more main conversations, and, you know, I remember, like, running around this area because that social hub was not in there, and so you really had to just, like, the busy work of loading back into this area and having these, like, meaningless conversations with
What's going on?
people
Your work
just to
is
get the
having
next
an
mission
effect.
set up.
People come by. Some speak their thanks.
Something else on your mind?
When I was a young man, strong, good heart, but
Really?
oh, outlaws making trouble for
Sure, just routine.
just routine. He spat and cursed me.
What did you do?
What would you have done?
Ended him.
Finish the job.
Oh, yes? Why?
I let him go. Who knows what he ends up doing?
This is truth.
You agree? That's surprising.
I left that outlaw alive. I knew best, right? Show mercy. He saw insult in my mercy. Hunted me for years.
But he didn't find you.
You remember, my friend, freelancer Garnet. Somewhere out in the jungle, that outlaw killed him. Worst part, the bastard left me a message.
Yarrow. Sometimes we're wrong.
Oh, I learned. After that, like
Dude.
I can count on you.
I hear you. So, you caught him, right?
No, he died.
Well, that was a fun story.
You tracked down
We got some freelance, you know, we got some faction rep for doing it, so
Hope he finds it again.
We'll see.
Did you see the Strider that left earlier? Don't tell Halleck how much nicer it was than his.
so you know, there's no icon here in town that seems to indicate what to do next, but I guess maybe if I go to start mission, maybe we can find one to play? No? Okay, what do we got here? Ah, the hidden depths. This is like the end game thing. This is, if I remember right, Fortress of Dawn is the thing they added. Like post-launch as like a if public matchmaking even works. I don't know. I thought this was, I remember there being like, I thought that there was like an end game thing like this that was more than 4 players. That would have like 8 players running around in it. I remember doing a thing and it was like just pure chaos in this weird trench and a bunch of players running around. But I don't know. Anthem, it's all a blur. But maybe that's not going to happen. But I guess this is probably the next story mission, if that's even... Consumable items, always a cool thing to have, always fun, always the sign of a game that values you. But these are at least like, I want to say that these are resources that you just get playing the game. It's not necessarily like a paid consumable thing. These embers or whatever, but I don't, yeah. Titans are a major force, a force to be reckoned with. But I feel, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just,
The day has finally come. We have all we need to find the manuscript. This is extraordinary. I can't stop pacing.
Let's find this tower you mentioned.
Yes, the tower. This is
yes,
amazing.
the tower, yes. Travel to location, yes.
The tower should be in view now. The records describe it as a marvel of architecture that touched the clouds.
Okay, looking for a very big tower. Matthias?
There's nothing here. Where's the tower?
Well, it's been a long time.
This can't be. This is impossible. Oh, my bad. I misread the numbers.
My
At least
bad.
The correct location isn't far.
Very sci-fi lingo. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, you got this.
Arcanist ruins. That's a very good sign. They could help point the way.
But still no tower.
Okay. There's some kind of trippy thing on the wall over here? You seeing this shit?
So, where's the tower?
I don't know. Our only hope is to find those ruins. Find them and I'll see if they contain clues to a location.
Oh, we're getting these runes. This is pure gaming right here. Gamers love runes, and you know what they love even more? Getting them. Oh, we got those runes.
Yes, this rune. It mentions a tower, and this looks like a map fragment. Unexpected.
Okay, I'll look for more pieces.
More runes?
Well then.
Did it just change weapons on me from one encounter to the next without me changing weapons? Because now I'm on this marksman rifle, and I feel like I did that last time. Maybe I just held down square for a second and switched. Oh, cool, more runes. Could you shoot 5 wolves and then find some glowing walls again? Ah, whatever. You know, like, hey, what are live service games if not cavalcades of monotonous activities, right? I mean, what are all video games if not clusters of repeatable things that either you're into repeating those specific things or you're not? I'm just saying, if you look at some of the games that I've played and liked over the years, I bet you could find activities that are far more monotonous than this shit.
Some landmarks are the same, some are different.
Only one thing.
But it's the details, right? It's the
Why didn't I see it? I think I've worked out.
It's the little things sometimes. Well, whatever. I guess I don't want to, like, this game gets little things and big things wrong. You know, there's little details and things like that that should have been done a different way or could have been done a different way, a more pleasing way, what have you. But there's a lot of nitty-gritty things here about this game that...
Aha. I bet this contains the other half of the map.
Can you open it?
that would have helped.
Stay close.
Matthias, there's a lot of scorpions.
Yes, this marker is old. Very old.
Can you open it?
Yes. I need more time.
Did I mention the scorpions?
I keep killing guys too fast to do combos to them. There. You got comboed. Oh, whatever.
Done. Done. I know where to go. The message is clear. You know what you're looking for.
What does it say?
It points to a hidden chamber. Deep
Later,
underground.
weird scorpions.
So, an underground chamber found only some invisible runes, written in a secret language.
Can't be too careful.
Time for a swim. You sure about this?
It's here. I'm certain. Just be careful. This is all proven that very powerful people wanted to keep this secret.
Understood.
This would have been impossible without your help. The animals, this water, all of it. Impossible.
Let's see what we can find. There never was a tower on a mountaintop, was there? All that stuff
Was to hide something important.
Well, you can't be too careful. Oh. This is...
And that's Anthem. No. The First Descendant. Yeah, the First Descendant at least has pretty ladies. No. The First Descendant has, I think, better combat than this game.
Start hunting for the manuscript.
More variety amongst its characters for sure. Like, that is also a game that I think sucks in a lot of fucking really weird ways. But I would take that over this. You know, but the monetization in First Descendant is actually kind of gross as well, in ways that this game was not. You know, so that's kind of the difference between a free-to-play game and this game is that, you know, this game is selling cosmetics. That game is selling characters and slots for the characters, and you know, you got to craft upgrades or buy upgrades to make the characters have like double the slots that they for upgrade. You know, like, yeah, there's just it's shit upon shit upon shit with that game. And that game has gotten notably worse since its release, I think, in a lot of ways. But I would still take that over this. You can tell it's a crazy alien world because they spell scorpion with a K.
Matthias, found a door. And some kind of strange mechanism.
It's all arranged in a calculated fashion. The sequence is important, obviously. There must be some clue as to the order around here somewhere.
Nope. Not that easy. Okay, here's another. So we got sparkly thing, the, you know, spirograph looking thing, and then cross looking thing. There were definitely ones of these in this game where I could not be bothered to find the solution, and so I just sat there and turned to them and brute forced the answer.
Too careful.
It has to be up here. This has to be it. I've been searching for this manuscript for years. Never doubted it existed. Never gave up. That must be it. The final resting place of the Elysian manuscript.
There's some kind of energy barrier here.
A final measure of protection. Blast.
And I think I provoked something. Something real big.
Remember from the tooltip, the Titan? It's this guy. What do you think about that? How does that grab you?
Watch out. This has to be the most ridiculously protected book ever.
Curse you, frost elementals! Oh, come now. All right, just keep hitting him with that. Dodging these weirdos. That doesn't seem to be doing a meaningful amount of damage to me, so whatever. Ugh, I'm just about to dash out of the way of that bullshit.
Please be careful.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. This is not a difficult fight. For all of the auto targeting there basically turned me like a full 90 degrees. Ugh. Here, just.
Fine, let's get this figured out.
I cannot agree with you.
More spinny things. We got like a gem, let's call it, and a star of some kind. And then over here we've got one of those spirally things, and then we've got a empty thing there. So let's. These only spin one way, so we'll spin. Puzzles. It's video games.
You've done it. You've opened it.
Let's see what we can find.
Bro, it's empty. Doggers, this thing is
I
gone.
don't know much about ancient manuscripts, but this sure looks right. Matthias, you there?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm busy. I'm cleaning up the mess from what. Well, look, never mind.
I'm so rarely at a loss for words. Thank you. This means so much to me. An end to one chapter of my life, and the beginning of another.
Yeah. Troph dogs. It's boring. I don't know. Like it's you know. It's Anthem, and I don't feel. Sometimes when games shut down, you know, I want to be. Again, it's easy to come off like a real fucking dick talking about this stuff because it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating that games get shut down. You know, because there are people out there that do like this to some extent and whatever, right? But again, you know, as someone who reviewed this game when it came out, you still see it here. Every bit of like, man, yeah, there's just not. This game is not good. Oh, the baby just walked in here, which means she's awake from her nap, which means she walked down the stairs on her own, and that's terrifying for a handful of reasons. I gotta take these headphones off. Hi. I gotta go. I gotta go, everybody. You have yourself a good rest of your a good rest of your Wednesday. Oh no. Oh no. They're shutting down Anthem. They probably should. Anyway. I will see you on Friday and we'll rank some stuff. Alright, bye.